Looking Glass Studios worked on Thief 3 for a couple months before the studio was shut down for being too awesome. Okay, maybe game sales and the ever-present ImSim curse finally came for them. They just released one of the best PC games ever made with Thief 2, but see, they were having money problems, and their parent company, Eidos, was having money problems. Thank God that Eidos owned that IP for Thief. Nothing bad could come of that. But I also hear the VR game is bad too. I haven't played it because my old VR headset wants me to sign up for meta bullshit, and I'd rather get my prostate checked by Edward Scissorhands. Many Looking Glass employees found success after the studio closed. Did you know that Eric Brazius, audio designer on the Thief games, was audio director on like every goddamn popular rhythm game at Harmonix? Like from the first Guitar Hero onward? Like the series that started a year after Deadly Shadows came out? God knows how many of these people would go on to develop BioShock. How many of them went on to the Dishonored series? The world wasn't ready for Looking Glass, and the success of later projects should prove that. So when Looking Glass closed, a bunch of employees were migrated over to a studio that could never fail, Ion Storm, led by a studio director, some guy named Warren Spector, who had briefly worked on the first Thief game before leaving when John Romero called him up and basically said he had a blank check to do whatever he wanted. What he wanted to do was Deus Ex, which you may have heard of. Spector would then leave Ion Storm after Deadly Shadows, and Eidos closed the studio. And that might as well be the last we heard of Warren Spector. What else can he do? He produced a game that people have not shut the fuck up about for over 20 years. And also Thief Deadly Shadows. I'm not going to spend too much time shitting on Deadly Shadows. It isn't even the worst Thief game anymore, not by a mile. It is, however, a clear compromise. The team moved from Looking Glass's jank-ass engine to jank-ass Unreal 2, plus a new rendering engine that did really pretty lighting and real-time shadows, dropping a month before Doom 3 would show them off. The Thief formula was just a little bit crippled by the hardware demands of this new tech, so all the levels are smaller, less open, and on release they were actually broken up into sections separated by loading screens. Did I mention they were also developing this to run on the original Xbox? Because they were, and I bet that was a factor. Now, I have the sneaky upgrade and that patch that stitches the missions together for a more seamless experience, which is how you should play it too if you're curious. It's not bad exactly, most of the time. Sometimes it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, I've played through this game only twice before, because when I feel the itch to play Thief, I don't reach for Thief 3.
I got a tip last night from my fence. Heartless Perry. A nobleman named Lord Julian had some sort of quarrel. He's carrying a velvet bag, about the size of a man's fist, and it never leaves his sight.
The size of my fist, size of a peanut butter banana sandwich, man. What do I care? I got a growth on my picker.
Sounds likely to be valuable. I'll know for sure when I steal it from him.
This is a tutorial mission to help you get acclimated to the way things work now. Alright, I'm setting it to expert, and I won't regret it because this game is more than a little easier than the last ones. I want you guys to notice one very important detail that I will occasionally take advantage of. It says, do not kill any non-combatants instead of don't kill anyone. So right off the bat, Garrett has a license to kill. You can body any cop, Hammerite, pagan, fish creature, whatever. Oh yeah, baby, look at that pretty lighting. And a feature so important they put it in the title, The Shadows. Now I get why they're in here, they're kind of a revelation for a Thief game. It's not just like in Doom 3 where it's about the vibes and a personal challenge to arcane tech warlock who's becoming increasingly dissociated from humanity Dr. Manhattan style John Carmack. That's new. Creeping makes you completely silent. No light footstep taps for you anymore. Press this button to be slow and carefree. Also, the blackjack locks you into an attack and weirdly turns guards so the strike hits properly. Guys, it's just so fucking immersive. We've still got our mechanical eye from the last game, now sepia-toned and grainy because fuck you. I promise I'm not going to spend the whole time shitting on this game, it really isn't that bad. Okay, mark and loot items with a little shiny glow, much appreciated. Because I have to find 90% of the loot in these levels on Expert. The new lockpicking system here, where you actually do something besides pressing the inventory keys to select different lockpicks, is an improvement. Movement and actions are stiffer, like just firing a water arrow. Good thing I don't need to fire a lot of water arrows in this game. No, that's not a joke, I'm being totally... NPCs are marginally smarter.
Oh, lucky me. Someone turned off the light and now I can't see a thing.
Oh, and we can't forget about the early 2000s ragdolling. Of course we needed it. It was 2004. Alright, I take a look at the guest list, find Lord Julian, let's get upstairs. Oh yeah, and the sword has been replaced by a dagger, and the keys to select blackjack and dagger are the opposite of what they were in the previous games, so retrain your muscle memory or change the controls. Stubborn prick that I am, I chose the former. Another new move you get is the ability to flatten yourself up against a wall to hide, which is neat and extremely exploitable when you add in the third-person view. I walk into Lord Julian's suite, read a note that says he'll meet with someone downstairs, and I'm sent to the other side of this small building to steal the bag from right under his nose.
Well, you're a cook. What could you know?
Every evening after sunset, the supply wagon comes through that gate and into the courtyard, and no one looks twice. Arrange for your men to be inside one evening.
And then we cut our way through. 5 good men against 20, and my accursed cousin.
My lord, listen. There is a passage leading into the castle from the courtyard. I can open it for you when you give me the signal.
Awfully nice of them to tell me the security weaknesses of an estate. That's the next mission, by the way. That's always been a hallmark of these games, overhearing something and then thinking, man, I could totally rob that place.
My pouch, it's gone. Stolen.
Oh, fuck, they're smarter in this one.
I will have your head for this.
Uh-huh.
Guards.
Close one, but I've still got the goods.
Well, that was easy.
I had my fence take a look at Lord Julian's medallion. Perry says the crest belongs to the Rutherfords, one of the oldest so-called great families with a castle in South Quarter.
Oh yeah, this is that good thief shit. Robbing rich assholes blind and dealing with hideous-faced NPCs named shit like Heartless Perry. Other fences in the city are named Sinful Steve, Vile Braden, Cannibal Greg. They're all very nice people, and they know Garrett can pine box them now.
Lord Ember, Julian's cousin, currently resides in the castle, and Julian wants revenge.
He'll probably get it. Stealing this thing is going to cause a bloody family feud, and I'm here for it. The plan is to shoot out the torch and the cook will open a door for us, like I need his help getting in. No, wait, there's a cutscene in the style of the old games. A pleasant rarity in this one, where some glyphs change while a keeper is scribbling them. Obviously a bad omen, but they just tear out the page and continue. The scaling down of the levels in this game hurts the storytelling a little bit, because a note in the first room tells you that Ember installed a portcullis in front of the vault you need to break into. There's always some kind of wrinkle that makes it so I have to run around the whole castle like a schmuck. And not always the 90% loot requirement. I do love some of the sounds guards make when they get KO'd.
Okay.
This is one of those missions you could do blindfolded. Since you silently creep at about the same speed as NPCs walk, a lot of difficulty disappears. To replace it, some guards carry torches and I'm hiding in the shadow he's casting with his body, like that's cool as shit, right? If any game could pair fancy new dynamic shadows with gameplay, it's Thief. Just stalking from the shadows.
Hello. Evening.
If anything, this really gives me the best, ooh, shiny feeling of any Thief game. Sneaking by a sleeping NPC to put out a candle and break into his chest and steal his shit, also good. Alright, SOP is knocking every guard out and having free reign of the castle, so...
Can't...
Except this guy here, his back is to the wall and I don't have any gas bombs yet. Actually, I could just kill him. There's special loot in nearly every mission. On Expert, I have to grab 3 pieces of it. Here's a painting of Lord Rutherford the Mad, who I assume ate babies if the temperament of this family has improved in the generations since. Oh hey, here's the cook. Thanks for the tip. Ember's wife, Lady Elizabeth, has chambers at the top of this tower. No, wait, sorry. His sham wife and sham marriage, according to her. Oh yeah, she poisoned her husband's friend to torture him. Man, this family is completely fucked, and I feel justified in letting them kill each other since they're already doing it. Might as well get rich in the process. I turn an unlit torch in Ember's room to open the portcullis, raid the vault, and walk out the front gate. Easy. And then we're in Garrett's apartment, because this game, unlike the previous one, has an open-world component to it. It's not great, but we'll get to that. There's more important things to do, like avoid this guard patrolling the hallway.
Oh, it's just you. At first I thought somebody had broken in or something. Well, good evening.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not up to anything unscrupulous. Now walk down this hallway so I can break into the landlord's office. Rob him like he robs me every month, the taffing bitch. Oh, is he getting blackmailed? I hope no one goes to Black Alley and steals that money and his terrible secrets get revealed. Though I can't imagine what you can do in this city to lower your reputation. Remember how I said missions were stitched together when they used to be separated by loading screens? Well, the open world of the town still does this because the engine can't handle the whole thing. So the huge city with lots of rooftops and alleys and paths to take, it's a lot smaller now. You don't have to worry about ordinary citizens unless you see a body. The City Watch is still prowling around, as well as Hammerites and Pagans, who, depending on how your faction ranking is, might either greet you or attack you on sight. Oh yes, we have a faction system now, and it is mostly a useless hindrance. You can, and have to, visit fences in town. They're usually fairly close together because one of them will buy your loot off you and the other sells items. With the 90% loot goal in each level, I'm not going to be having Garrett's characteristic money troubles.
Garrett, Taff. Didn't expect to see you. Haven't you heard? Lady Elizabeth from Rutherford Castle is after you. She was in here with some goons, asking a bunch of questions about that opal. They did a job on me. See the bruises? Had to give them a name. I guess before I knew that I'd given them yours.
You are so lucky I can't interact with you, Perry.
About the opal, no way I can risk taking it now, but I know someone who can.
Perry, listen, I know how hard it is. Lost an eye myself 2 games ago, but I got a new one that zooms in and stuff. It's really cool. But you can't have one because you didn't save the world. And you're a fucking rat! So I'm off to another fence, too.
Looks like Lady Elizabeth is here, with a couple of thugs.
You guys are so lucky I don't have gas bombs yet.
Heartless Perry, huh? He wasn't so tough. I want to go back and rough him up some more.
Shut up, you fools. The whole town can hear you.
I feel like someone should know that Garrett killed a literal god and a cult leader with an army of robots. That kind of reputation should preclude people from trying to fuck with him. Alas... Job's over, Taffer, and guess who isn't getting the blackjack? Kids, the shadows have never been deadlier.
Is that you, Garrett?
Yeah, that's right. I'm Garrett, Master Thief at your service. McFarley said you had a job for me.
It's the Oran Cross dagger. You've probably heard of it. A stylish golden number, and it's currently out of its owner's hands, being scheduled for repairs at Cothran's Armory. Once you get it, put it in the donations box outside that Hammerite place, St. Edgar's. I'll leave the payment in the same box once I have the dagger.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well for you. Currently, I'm in Stone Market, where a lot of the open world action takes place. This district is split up into 2 maps because Unreal 2 is just the best, kids. We love it.
This is what I like to call a finesse job.
I'm not even robbing this place, but this guy was impersonating me. Or the voice actor was. I'm not sure. There isn't a ton of NPC variety.
Okay. What is that?
Benny!
Benny!
Ah!
Feel funny.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'm warning you.
Oh, somebody saw me. I'd better hide this, and the game crashed. An open world game on old Unreal tech crashing? Unthinkable! Idiot. I go upstairs, grab the dagger, and deliver it. Then 2 cops spawn where I need to put it, and I run right into a lit area in front of them, and then the game crashes. I found this fish creature in a cell. Let me just... Holy fuck, I am the best thief ever. Be free, fish person. Return to your kind so that I might bludgeon you in a future mission. I get my money for the dagger from a man I knocked out about 30 minutes ago and wander off to the Terce's courtyard to talk to an old friend.
I don't like being followed. Cryptic notes, secret meetings. Haven't you keepers outgrown this stuff yet?
It was not our intention to be cryptic.
Bullshit!
The Keeper Council has agreed to allow you access to the prophecies as they are read by our interpreter, Keeper Katika.
Oh, those prophecies I asked you dicks to spill at the end of the last game.
All is as it was written.
And there's more.
Yes.
Tell me. Well, that's Keeper talk for something bad has happened and now we want your help, right?
But there is something they require of you first.
Oh.
Two objects, one with the Hammerites, the other with the Pagans. They are unusual.
You mean cursed? He means cursed.
I'll get you the trinkets. You just make sure your Keeper buddies come through on their end of the bargain.
I will. Garrett? Garrett.
Oh, he did a Batman exit on you, and you taught him that, you stupid bitch! First up, rob the Hammerite Temple.
St. Edgar's Church. This is where the Hammerite fanatics keep the chalice, a so-called holy relic. It's what the Keepers are asking me to steal if I want to see their prophecies for myself.
I'm supposed to ring a bell to summon a guy to lead him away from somewhere, but nah, I don't do that. I break into his room easily and steal everything, including a special loot item. Oh, these guys are freaks. Unsurprisingly.
Shouldst not someone be on guard here?
Yeah. Not gonna lie, the third person and wall hugging are so useful. Forget about the lean. This is an OP way of looking at your surroundings and strategizing. Ooh, a gas bomb. And the game crashes. There are actually 2 gas bombs in this room. That is shockingly generous because, well...
Look'st thou, he has been murdered.
Hey, again? What?
The chalice is kept in the ugly factory where Hammerites do all their dumb forging and stuff. It's got a lot of metal floors, but since creeping now makes no noise at all, it doesn't matter. Who needs moss arrows?
Needs thou a lesson in fighting? I have spied thee.
I have to cover the whole place, which isn't that big. I end up in the office of some guy calling himself Inspector Drept, meaning that I'm dealing with a Hammerite that's also a cop. I can't believe this guy turns out to be one of the helpful characters in this story. He's doing an investigation into some local deaths going back decades. He's got a sign over his desk that reads, "Laurel, there shalt be a reckoning," which is nerd talk for do it for her. Like, all these guys are total weirdos. This guy here is experimenting on zombies.
What sound?
Have fun, fuck knuckle. Hammerites piss me off, man. Their texts are saying that the builder himself smote down the workings of the heretic Karis. So I guess that means I'm the builder. I have to stamp a gear to open a cage to grab the chalice, and it's pretty simple. The levels are both smaller and more detailed with better signposting, which is good because the map doesn't fucking show you where you are on it anymore. Easy enough. Now I've got to go anger the pagans, as if they're not mad at me already over the whole killing the trickster god and Victoria splattering herself all over Soulforge.
The Keepers want me to steal an object from the pagans called the Jacknall's Paw. It's a mummified hand. Charming.
You get to their hideout through a well, and I'm trying to turn over a new leaf with these guys, right? So I head into the well and... Yep, There's someone already robbing these tunnels.
What you stopped for?
Shh, I'm trying to listen. You never know, could be something up ahead.
You mean like the silver nuggets you said was down here?
They're here, but that's the least of your problems.
Death to you, city man! Over there! Who bees that sneaking's here? Come out!
Nah. Oh, what the fuck is that now? I'm gonna go find another way. So, aside from the sewer, the other section is in a dilapidated old hammer building. They're proving to me that Hammerite tech just doesn't work.
Likes this? But
Like zombies making some noise.
Obviously, to get the Jacknall's paw, I have to do a ritual. I can't even grab a cup from the goddamn Hammerites without having a stamp of gear. First, I need to clear the room, knock out one pagan, and learn that the big things, whatever they are, don't stand up to landmines. Put water on the altar, put moss on the altar, and in a very, very stupid decision on the part of the pagans, they would also like me to put blood on the altar. This is what you get with blood magic, you dumb hippies.
The Jacknall's paw. Well, I guess he's not using it any longer.
The pagans probably aren't happy that I killed one of them, even if it is technically their fault. Well, they're already mad at me, so